Okay. Uh, we are happy to host Yassine Essaghir today. Yassine comes from Morocco. He's a basketball coach and an author of the Basketball Coach book. Yassine, let me start with a relaxing question. Where did your interest in basketball come from? Correct me if I'm wrong, but basketball is not a particularly popular sport in Morocco. The national sport, what many of viewers may not know, is futsal, but you have chosen basketball. And can you tell us your story?
Yes. First of all, I want to thank you for this conversation. I'm so happy to join you. About my start with basketball, I was lucky that because I didn't have any idea, I was not a fan of basketball. I don't have any idea about what's going on in basketball or the sport. I was following, as all Moroccans, only football. So my house, it was between my house and my school. It was a open door, a court of basketball. So that makes me always cross this area, and all the time I was interested to watch some small games and just watching like that.
Mhm.
But then I don't know what happened. It was like I got integrate fast in one team there on city. It's a city team in south of Morocco in Saharian. It was a little bit hard because south of Morocco you cannot do a lot of, you don't have a lot of options. It's not like here, for example, in Poland or even in the center of Morocco. It's too hard. So I was lucky that I got the opportunity to join this team, and I play in all the categories from 9 years old till I start coaching career. Uh, about your question about in Morocco, it's too hard really to do something except football or futsal or
Mhm.
surfing, for example, in this, because it's all the map of Morocco.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a little bit ocean, so it's aquatic aquatic activities and football, especially futsal, that is more popular. About
Mhm.
basketball, I was lucky, and I feel so good in this sport, and that's why I choose to go even forward in this sport. Is that I start coaching Dash.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I
Mm,
feel so good.
I know, but our viewers don't. How you find your way to Poland? And Kelly, can you tell us about it?
Yeah, yeah, Patricia. Yeah, I when I was in Morocco, I was studying in another another city, and then I met Patricia, and I don't know. It was like how you say in the Polish, tak dalej, tak dalej. It was a situation that we was meeting a lot of times, and then we got married because we was thinking like to how to go seriously in the situation, and we was renting some house there, and like it was so strong thing that we was thinking about to getting married. We get married. We have a son now, and after 4 months we will have another daughter. In the beginning, she came here alone to Poland with my son. Me, I was staying there because I was a teacher and
Mhm.
a sport teacher, and I need to stay in one direction and for all the season in my work there. I cannot move here. And then I say, why not to stop
Mhm.
working in Morocco and to try a new experience and new challenge for me is to discover also the Polish basketball and the European basketball, and
Mhm.
to have new challenges there. So it's a little bit complicated, but I like challenges. So that's why I
Okay.
I follow this
Mhm.
thing test here in Poland.
And how do you find living in Poland? Which main differences between Poland and Morocco can you think of?
Yeah, yeah. It was so hard for me in the beginning because as African blood, and it was hard in the beginning. But now I used to adapt with this climate here. It's now even I start to like when it's schneck and when it's snow.
Mhm.
I like it so much. But when it's now without snow and it's just cold like that, it's too hard for me.
Mhm.
And I think here in Poland, it's this is the climate that should be, because it's all the people here. I see that they are adapted, except me. It's hard for me, so
Mhm. Okay, so
it's too hard.
the weather was the main problem for you in the first part of
Yeah,
your career here in Poland.
yeah, yes. But now I don't feel any problem.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm in Morocco.
Okay.
Where it's good.
So let's go to the point. What kind of coaching experience do you have in basketball?
Coaching experience. I start in the beginning with small kids in my school as a teacher of sports. I had the opportunity to coach some cases and to to give them only the basic things, from the start. When you start with a
Mhm.
kid, you have a lot of challenges. So and then I meet one academy, to be basketball academy. It's in Morocco. That give me chance to go forward in this and to do the things more professionally. And it was a good point for me to go and take my license, my Moroccan license on
Basketball
field.
license. Mhm.
Yeah, to be able to take a team during the divisions, in the divisions. So I took the first of all the girls team.
Mhm.
And in Morocco, especially in south of Morocco, if you take a girl and you took her to play basketball, it's a miracle. It's like you are doing something that is wow. Because first of all, we have a challenge with the parents.
Mhm.
Parents is not in Morocco, parents, they are, if you have a kid, you have a girl and the boy, if you told him that we have training, we need your boy, he can take. Told you you can take it. You can take him, no problem. But if you say about the girl, the parents, they are afraid. It's not about the coach, but about the environment, and they protect the girl more than. That's why the girls, they don't go to a lot of
Mhm.
different sports. So they want, but the parents and society.
Mhm. They are not
uh,
allowed to do it.
Yes, as a coach, this is your first challenge, and if you did it, so the most happy
Mhm.
person it will be is the girl that she will discover this new world. So for me, it was so good when I see that number of girls coming
Mhm.
and coming. It was super experience with
Mhm.
them,
Okay, so
and
you were the coach in this women team
yeah,
and with them.
yeah. And then I come back to my club where I played in Agadir, and I took the under 12 and under 10
Mhm.
team, and we was playing games, and then I used to adapt with same with the both of them. I start to see because the girls, they was adults and
Mhm.
boys, they were small. So I was demasking. I was putting a mask of giving basics and mask for the girls, that it's you are in the game and you need to prepare some strategies and some things. You don't think
Mhm.
about basics. You think about how you can figure out some games and how you can win, how you can. Every week you have a challenge, but not like kids. Kids, it's like new, so you thinking for what they got, everything they got, it's good for them.
Mhm.
So it was a good
Okay.
experience. Yeah.
Okay. And you're saying about these differences between girls and boys in Morocco. And which cultural differences can you name between Poland and Morocco?
Uh, for example, here in Poland, uh, if you have a sports, everyone, you see that you can have everything. But
Mhm.
for example, in Morocco, if you are doing some sport, if you are president of some club or owner of some club,
Mhm.
if you are doing something, So the first thing that they think in Morocco is that for sure the boys will be more than girls. Here you don't know. Here you put and you make, you girls can be more than boys or boys can be more. So this is why it's too hard there. Is that you don't from the beginning you don't accept that the girls will be more than boys, or that they will you can even have no girls in your team, and then you keep only boys. So you don't, the president and the owner, they don't have the initiative to have a challenge that we're gonna go to look for some girls and do to some, to invite them, not to waiting for the parents to their girls. So this is not so, like, you giving to the parents the choice, but without giving them the details and the vision and the project and everything that they will feel safe for their girl. But it's a question of time. It's just a question of time. After 5 years or 6 years, now with the development now in the Morocco, it's so super. I see that it's going to be a good situation, and we will see that it's equal between girls and boys in such good things. Is that sport?
Except basketball, and not only talking about the sex of the people. Which things do you find the most different between these two countries, just in the normal life? So what surprised you in the attitude when you came here to Poland?
Here in Poland, you mean?
Yeah, between Poland and Morocco, or all the Arab countries.
In Morocco, there is not a lot of, for example, there is not a lot of success in the feminine sports. So this is the first and first mark that first sign that you can see that there is something wrong. As a the Ministry of Education, it was the first. For example, this year it was her first challenge, is that the girls need to have start to bring some trophies to Morocco in every sport. But we still run into catching this results, because it's so sad. It's so sad to. But now, actually, there's a lot of work. But before, you feel so sad that there is no equal chances to both of the sex.
Okay. And
so sad like that to hear such things, but we're hoping to have a good thing, because personally, really, when I was, for example, asking the girls that we have training at 4 or at 6, I find the girls coming always with their parents and before time. It means that the girls, they want to train, and also that why always with parents? Here in Poland, I can see that they can go to practice, no problem. Even boy, he can be with his parents or without. There's nothing that there. It's a little bit hard. So this is the first challenge for every coach there in Morocco, that to take this challenge. And from here, I ask all coaches in Morocco that to resist a little bit, because some coaches they just okay, boys, because I don't need to make extra efforts for that. So I need boy that he will come to me. So
when it comes to sport, do you have any authorities, people who taught you a lot about coaching, or about playing basketball in general?
Yeah, I remember the first coach that he Coach Handawi, that he get me inside this sport, and even he teach us all the keys of the sports. This is when I joined the team as a player. But in the coaching experience, I had a teammate with me in TB Basketball Academy. that he was too old than me, and we had a lot of problems during the teamwork project. So we had a lot of problems that it was my because me, I was new in the coaching experience, and I thought that this is the coaching that just you need to have whistle and the short, and you can, everything will be good, you know, and the idea inside your head. And then he, because he was a teacher before me, and he's too old, older than me, and he was right. But during this time, I thought that me, I was right and he's false. But then after a lot of years, I was so grateful to him that he helps me a lot with this. We was sometimes fighting just because, Jacek, what are you doing? I need to see. I told him, he told me, for example, what you're gonna do today for the kids, and I told him I will do this and I will do this. He told me I need to see, you know. This is the best thing that's happened to me. That Said Amin is his name. That he helped me a lot, and I'm thankful to him and to all the teammates that they was working with me before.
And I said that you've written a book for basketball coaches. So can you tell us what was the idea behind it, and what's the main reason for writing this manual?
The main reason is it's this book that's give me opportunity to have a new vision for the coaching, and to respect what I'm doing as a coach. You know, the coaching is especially basketball. In sports, everyone loves sports. So if you go into work in sports, you should also love. You will have automatically this love. But if you start to work in sport just for work, without
the passion to sport.
Yes. So that's what pushing me to do this book. And the idea of this book is that in every training, every drill I do, everything I do, I need to note it now in this direction, and I need to keep it with me for all life, you know. And it's so important for me. It's something like I cannot be in the court without this book. It's he's always for me, and he helps me a lot in some such situations that the parents came and ask about. Okay, because in the practice you can have a parents that they want just their kids to have fun. Then you will not have problem. You will see, okay, but then you can meet some parent that he have this culture of sports inside his mind. You know, he can ask you some questions, and for example, my son, how he's progressing, how he's doing, and he can even ask you some questions that a little bit so hard. What is the vision in this season, or what is the objectives, and what my son, if I pay for my son, for example, this year, what I accept to see in my son. So this is the future. So in this, for example, in this book, I have a planning for the whole year. For example, here, this is my plan for the year. So I put the plan here, and when I finish, I put the plan. I go forward to the training drill. Nothing every day. This is a day. I need to put the drills that I will do. I know it, but I need to put it here. And then in the end, I should remember which player, and every difficult things. Something is not work, something is not. So I need to note it here. For example, player number X, he couldn't get this idea today. So I note it here, because next day I will remember about him, and he will do it next time. And we have a part here for the progression of every player. For example, I need to follow every player in his personal progression, you know, and later we can I can know what he needs to do, because he can, there's no sense if he repeats, for example, he don't have left hand, so to repeat only the right hand, like, and participate in some drill. But as a coach, you will not remember if you have 25 kids. If you don't do this, you will not remember, and you will do the same drills for everyone. No. So it will be some stations, for example, one day, and I will talk from this book. I go just to the book. I don't even know it. I go, I put this station for left hand, this player, number X, number Z, they will be today in this station, only this station, because I need to fix this problem. So this is the idea. And it helps me a lot. Why? Because as I said, some parents, they try to know. So I cannot lose the time also, because I have an exercise, I have a drill, I have kids to work with, and I have parents. So I can give to the parent what he's seeing, he's watching the drill. So I can give him the book, and me, I'm working, and he is looking to the details, looking to what we are going to do. And even in the instance when he is sitting and he don't have any idea about what are you doing, if you don't have this, but if you have a book, he can see, and he's seeing what are you doing. It's like you communicate with him, and even he can see the objectives more than the kids inside. He can see what you are doing during this training, and later he can see what you want to do during all the year. And also he can go to the past by seeing the progression and the mistakes of every drill. And for me personally, that's helped me a lot to, when I save one book, for example, from last year, I can take the good things and I can see my mistakes, because me too, I'm learning and I can do mistakes. And then I start to collecting the good things, what I did, and the bad things I need to
adjust
see
it.
Yes, and to note it, and to progress also, to not stay in this comfort zone. You know, you are a coach, everything is good. You are the correct person, and you are helping the kids. No, the kids also, they are helping me, because I can do some drill that it's not going with this category of the kids. And later I will see the consequence that some kids had some injuries, and I need to know why he got this injury. And when I come back to this drill, I see that I did too much physical effort or something. So I do correction for me too. So it's very important for me. For example, I don't know if I'm right or no, but this book is with me everywhere I go. Right? Yeah, even during the camps here. For the camp, there is no reason. If you have a camp for 2 days, for example, or 3 days, so there is not a plan for, you don't wait in accepting something from the kids, because he's in camp having fun. But for me, I need to do this, because if I didn't do it, I will go to the easy things, and then I will have a problem in my career.
Okay. And what are your personal basketball interests? Do you have any teams do you support? Or?
Me, I have some. You know, it's too hard for me, because I like I analyze the details and statistics of all the teams. So when I'm working, it's not like if I was. If I ask me when I was playing this question, I will told you that I was following the Golden State Warriors before, but now I don't have any specific team or something. Because I'm watching all the games, but from a coaching vision, not from artistic or some, just to see.
Not as a fan.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned Golden State, and the European basketball is much different from American. I mean, two aspects. One is different length of photos, differences in rules, but the other is different approach to the game. And which style, European or American, do you prefer?
As a coach, what
You can say it as a coach and as a fan.
Yeah, as a fan. Okay. As a coach, first of all, I like the European style because it's too easy for the kids to, and for the players to to see the logical things. This player, he did these things because he did this work and this, so they can understand, and they can think, they can see that they can do this thing because it's normal. But for example, if you show them in the NBA, for example, this is for example Westbrook, he's he do something that it's for them it's something like
unreal.
A point guard doing these things, going to the rim and doing some dunks over big players or something. It's not too much things that they can not believe that themselves they can do these things. But for me as a fan, I'm a fan of the NBA because I see that because for example in Africa, because all the African actually they like this kind, because it's there is a lot of physical contacts. It's too much, and it's too athletic. That someone can do a sprint in 3 seconds, or some jumping, or something that it's sometimes it's like it's too hard for a person to do that thing, even if he trains. So for the NBA, for me, something athletic, something physical, something artificial a little bit. There's some art, what gives that is that there is also the rules that it's, if you tell to some player that you have 6 fouls and then you will go out, so he's thinking that it's too good, 6 fouls, so I can play, it will be more contacts, so no problem for him, But in the European style, it's so strict, so
it's much more about tactics.
Yes, about tactic. You should understand what's happening. If you don't understand, you will not know even what they are doing, because there is a lot of tactics, a lot of, they taking a lot of times, they taking everything on details, and this is what is good in the coaching career, and for the coaches, it's so good approach. This approach is so good. It's two different schools, but the NBA is always the NBA. I feel so sad that why for example in the European League, in the European team, why for example we cannot see LeBron James coming to the European League, for example, with some contract or something, or take it, but we can see Luka Doncic going there, or Pau Gasol going there, or for example any good star, European star, he need to go to the NBA. So why not the question?
Yeah, that's the next question I have.
Yeah.
Do you think that these differences can be merged, and if yes, in which direction should it be?
I think that just in Europe, it should be more investigation in basketball, because for example, but I think it's logical, because for example, if you say football or volleyball in America, you cannot they can, so it's same. Basketball, it's so good in Europe, but it cannot catch that potential and that level of the NBA, because the NBA is NBA, and the rest, not even Europe, and the rest of the world is the rest of the world. because NBA it's too hard to catch them. Their 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 level, their even their vision to the basket, because basket there is like breathing, it's like oxygen. So here you have a lot of options. If it's not working this, you can do this. Football, Lewandowski, for example, and you have a lot of things. But there
it's not the first option for the kids.
Yes, you hear, if you're not fan of Stephen Curry, you are a fan of LeBron James. If you're not fan, so and then even the oldest persons they remember about Michael Jordan. So it's following them this. So they cannot even.
We've said about this basketball in Europe and about NBA. And how would you rate basketball here in Poland? Do you see something specific in it? Did something surprise you here?
Here in Poland, I was watching because I'm now I am now working in Legia Warszawa, and I had a lot of opportunities to go to watch some games here, and I didn't have a lot of opportunities to watch the other teams that then I will judge on all the Polish basketball. So only from some games of Legia, I was surprised that how the combination between the international players and the national players here of Poland, that it's too fast. Like combination is like they know each other, like even new players in season, so they can adapt too fast, especially in Legia. And but about their style, I like how fast is how fast they are playing, how fast they making decisions here, and also for the shooting average. It's so good here in Poland, because for example here when some team had some chance to have some shooting actions, they go to the shooting actions. But for example in Morocco, I remember there is a lot of running, a lot of passes, a lot of strategies, but if they had chance to, for example, for the shooting option, it's like they told you always, are you sure that you're gonna take it or no? Are you sure that you will
just go to the basket?
Yes, he told you just try to go to the basket first and to assure the point. But here it's so good, because this is normally basketball that you need to think about shooting and then think about penetration, and then you can give a pass. So it's so good. I see what I learned before in Morocco. This is how it's basketball, and now I see it here that everything is so good. Players, I saw some young players that they can adapt too much to the so fast to some high level. It's so good. Surprised me, Tesh. And also for the youth categories, because I was in basket camp in Vouch, and we had some, and I had chance to be a part of coaching some Polish national, that they are in the national team players, some under 15 and under 14 also. And I see how these guys they are they want just to do something that it's more than they accept, because they are in camp and they want to enjoy. But now we see that they are like in some preparation for some competition or something. It was so good, and I really like how they have this spirit of fighting, even during some normal practice and during a camp. They are always focusing of what they are doing, and they are always making questions and telling us some question about some details, So that's me. That's show that they are so
Oh yeah. Okay.
so interested in what they are doing and what they want to get in this situation. So I like the situation here in this part of sports, especially basketball. So here. Yeah.
So Polish people associate Morocco with a warm climate, but you also have high mountains and ski resorts. Do winter sports exist in the minds of average Moroccan?
Yes, but because normally if you say Africa, so you don't think about snow. But in Morocco, there is Atlas Mountains, and there's a lot of cities in such points of this Atlas Mountains that there is a lot of snow. But I don't know why always it's only like resorts and just the parents to have fun there. Why? I think that because of the duration of this
Winter season.
part. Yes, because if it's snowing, it's not a long duration. You cannot do such activities, and you cannot have a lot of time. So you have time only for investing in this. So just for the economic thing, but for sports, I don't think so. And also about thinking about the weather, that it cannot something that it can stay or something. So they don't have some vision. So it's the natural.
Okay.
It's Africa. So if it's snowing, so 3 minutes and then it's disappear. Except in Morocco that it's staying for whole month and even 2 months. So that's good for us. But for sport and to make a plan or to make a project or to make a club or to have a competitive mind, no, I don't think so.
Okay. Okay, so Yassine, thank you very much. And mine and your guest was Yassine Essaghir, the basketball coach. Thank you very much.
With great pleasure. Thank you so much, Chris.